DIYers. Today, a little bit of different video. Today, we got to go rescue a vehicle. Actually, my son's vehicle. Called me late last night at about 10 o'clock over to a friend's house and said, hey, why is this light on? And I said, I'm already here. I haven't been driving. It just came on at the last few seconds. I'm like, all right, no problem. Well, I did hunt him down. We went over there. It was a little low on oil. We topped it off, but the oil light is not going off. So as you can see, a little bit of cold out today. So it'll be fun to go out. We're going to go ahead and drag this back home and put it in the shop and see what we can figure out. So let's get started. Cold start on the old truck here. Here we go. We're going to be using some stuff from Rhino USA. We're going to use some stuff I got from them. I got a tow cable that I got from them that I've been wanting to use, because it's never a good situation when you're doing that, but to be able to have it is awesome. So I'm going to get the hitch out and get things ready to go. Strange enough, now the light's off, everything seems to be working. So now we're going to go ahead and just drive it straight home and make sure everything is still okay. So yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll get it home, get it on the rack. All right, so obviously we're back in the shop. The car's in here too, and yeah, the light did not come back on for some reason. I don't know exactly what the heck is going on, but luckily we don't have any issue with it right now. Everything drove home, was fine, worked good, but we're due for an oil change, so we're gonna go ahead and get all the fluids drained out and re-topped off again, and we're gonna try and keep an eye on this thing. And now my son definitely knows that that red oil light comes on. Stop. All we know for sure on this, the oil was low. It was right barely touching the bottom of the stick. And on this one here, as you can see, it was last night we were down here. So we were very, very low. I just knocked off some of the oil, but we are on the second mark right now. We put probably a good almost quart and a half, 2 quarts maybe, in last night, but we were still up there. And today it seemed to be fine, but like I said, we are due for an oil change. We're gonna get that changed out. Hopefully this will be good to go. So let's get this thing up in the air. We're gonna go ahead and drain the oil on this thing. I guess it's kind of gonna turn into an oil change on the Equinox. Hey Alexa, turn on the lift lights. You gotta like that. Plug back in, putting in the old Fram Tough Guard TG3387A, and oh, this is perfect. Oh my gosh, this hardly ever happens, but I'm so glad it happened right now. We just pulled off the filter, and before you go and shove the other one on, you always want to take a look to make sure that the seal came off on the old filter. And you can look at this one and see if it did, and as you can tell, it's not on there. So take your time and make sure, because if you look up here, look, the seal is still stuck on here. Right there is the seal. And a lot of times what'll happen, not a lot of times, but it can happen, is if you're in too much of a hurry, you don't get this taken off and you go ahead and put this one back on, you're smushing 2 seals together, it's not gonna work. It's gonna leak. You're gonna be back in here trying to figure out how you're gonna take off the old filter and put on another one, all that good garbage. So that's never happened that I've had it on film. There, you can make sure that that thing gets off. We'll put a little bit of oil on here so it will slide on. We'll put the new filter on, and we'll put in some new oil, and all it needs to be done is just hand tighten it, and that is as tight as it needs to be. Do not put a wrench on it. You don't want to mar it up or dent it up like we did taking this one off. We got oil level checked out, and hopefully no more issues. Although we did find that the CV boot on the passenger side is split open, and we are going to have to get that repaired. That'll be a project for a different day, but we'll have to get that ordered. Alrighty, we're gonna check this off. I think we got it filled up here. Yep, right there. We are right there on the third one, just barely. Let's see if I can touch them right there. They go. So, yep, third hole there. We should be good to go. That is right in the sweet spot. And the light is not coming back on anymore. It may have been a fluke thing last night, but that is a good thing. That's actually a more expensive problem than just changing out the oil sending unit. Just so in case you wanted to know, the oil sending unit for the light is right beside, almost kind of beside the filter, front of the engine, right above the starter. And it looks like this thing right here. I'll open this up and show you. That's what all it is right there. That line, and you can test them by that single line there and then grounding it to here with a little bit of air behind it. You could pull that one out and I could test it, but if it's working, why am I going to test something that's working? So that should be all. Hopefully this helped you guys out. In your situation, this is just a day in the life of Just Try It DIY. Sometimes these things happen and you got to roll with it and figure it out. And sometimes they look up and everything turns out just fine. So, hey, sometimes I like to do it myself. That's the way it goes, So hopefully this will help you out. See you guys on the next one.